He didn't use them because they didn't want to break the law and do a coup. So he had to get fake electors. Did the Democrats make that clear? In all their grandstanding about what an unbelievable threat to democracy Trump is, which apparently they never believed, but I always believed because of this. Did they ever bother to explain to the American people the fake electors? No. Oh my God, general threat, he's orange. A bunch of people came into the Capitol. And look, I don't blame the average American. Yeah, so that January 6th looks terrible, cops got hurt. Everybody in their gut thinks, oh, it was a dumb riot. Okay, put them in jail for breaking the law, trespassing, all that stuff. And let's move on, because they don't realize it was connected to a larger scheme to overturn the election through the fake electors.
New Donald Trump indictment has just dropped, and it's making people like the Young Turks, Ana Kasparian, Cenk Uygur, and all supporters of the Young Turks very angry that these indictments keep dropping on Donald Trump, but nothing is happening. Every single time when Donald Trump gets one of these indictments, nothing really happens other than leftists like Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur get to say, Trump got another indictment. That's it. That's the only thing that's happening, and they cannot stand it. They are losing their minds over it. Let's get into this clip here from the Young Turks with Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur melting down over this new Donald Trump indictment and the fact that he's going to get away with it. Let's check this out.
Disservices by the corporate press is that they focused on the spectacle of January 6th rather than focusing most of their reporting on the fake elector scheme. Look, let's keep it real, guys. And I'm gonna admit this as someone who actually understands it, took the time to understand it, but that's my job, right? That is my job. That is what I'm supposed to do. I don't think most Americans are even aware of the fake elector scheme. And I'm not just talking about Republicans, I'm just talking about Americans overall, because I think the media has done a pretty terrible job in explaining what the real issue is, what the real coup was, right? The Trump supporters storming the Capitol, yeah, that was bad. And the media loved focusing on it because all they care about is video, spectacle, spectacle, spectacle. But that wasn't the end all be all of the attempt to overturn the election. That was one tiny, tiny part of it.
Yeah, look, I kid around about it, but it's.
By the way, this fake elector scheme that Ana Kasparian's talking about that she's losing her mind over right now, never really existed. It's not real. Like, I don't want to say 400% fact because I'm not really allowed to say that, but it's fake. This is all nonsense that's coming out of Ana Kasparian's mouth, and I'm sure it's about to be nonsense that comes out of Cenk Uygur's mouth as well.
It's true. We're the fairest show in America. So what did the Democrats do wrong here?
What? Did Cenk Uygur just say we're the fairest show in America? Hold on.
Around about it, but it's true. We're the fairest show in America.
Oh my God.
So what did the Democrats do wrong here? Hey, idiots. Focus on the fake electors like Anna's saying. So when you don't do that, Anna's right. I bet you the overwhelming majority of the country has never even heard of fake electors. And when you challenge the right wing on, hey, why did he have fake electors instead of his own electors? Because remember, Trump had a slate of electors. He didn't use them because they didn't want to break the law and do a coup. So he had to get fake electors. Did the Democrats make that clear? In all their grandstanding about what an unbelievable threat to democracy Trump is, which apparently they never believed, but I always believed because of this. Did they ever bother to explain to the American people the fake electors? No. Oh my God, general threat, he's orange. A bunch of people came into the Capitol. And look, I don't blame the average American. Yeah, so that January 6th looks terrible, cops got hurt, etc. right? A lot of people got hurt. But guys, like the average American thinks, yeah, but it's not like that was gonna work.
Right.
That they were gonna keep the building and then that's it, we can't get it back from them. Oh, the 3%ers are in there. The Proud Boys are in there. We'll never get the Capitol back, right?
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Everybody in their gut thinks, oh, it was a dumb riot. Okay, put them in jail for breaking the law, trespassing, all that stuff. And let's move on, because they don't realize it was connected to a larger scheme to overturn the election through the fake electors. God, Democrats are frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, they held the
This is just so, it's past the point of being funny. It's so insane, it's past the point of being even funny. I do think that the Young Turks, I think that Cenk Uygur and Ana Kasparian have become one of the most fair left-wing shows. Most left-wing shows are like Bill Maher and like, The View and stuff like that, where they're just totally gone and there's just no ounce of common sense. There's no ounce of morality. It's all just how woke can we be? And that's it. At least the Young Turks do question the left at times. This one's insane though. Like that statement from Cenk Uygur there, that's a nutty one. And even if that was the case, that J6 was in connection to some fake elector scheme that they're talking about, and they should be indicting Trump on. Yeah, I mean, they probably would have got him on that a long time ago if that was really the main issue, because they've been digging very, very hard to find something to really get Trump on. And I mean, it's taken them a while to try and get him on this one. But also, how is people infiltrating the Capitol even connected? Like, he's saying that people infiltrating the Capitol building was connected to this larger overall scheme of the fake electors to overthrow the government and all this stuff. If you're saying that them taking the Capitol building was just a silly little riot, then how was it connected at all? Like, how would that have aided in Donald Trump's secret weapon plan to destroy the Young Turks and, you know, overthrow the government of the United States and stuff like that? How is that connected at all? I just don't understand. Maybe I'm a complete idiot. Let me know in the comments. Explain it to me in the comments like I'm an idiot if I am. But I genuinely just think that this is Cenk Uygur overblowing things because of his TDS. Let's see what Ana Kasparian has to say here.
The hearings were televised, but it was a multi-day process, and most Americans don't have the time or resources to sit down and watch all of the hearings to understand what was really going on.
And they never explained that clearly. Jamie
Concisely, clearly, just help people understand what the fake elector scheme was really about. Because again, look, I think that oftentimes there's a lot of hyperbole in politics, and when it comes to political opponents, both sides will engage in that hyperbole. But when it comes to Trump's efforts in overturning the election, that is not hyperbole, and it wasn't just about January 6th. They needed to make it clear what the real issue was, and I just don't think that has happened. That's all.
Jamie, we're asking.
It's crazy that they are willing to say things like that, like Donald Trump is trying to overthrow the government and stuff like that, but they would never admit that there was some weird, nefarious things going on with the 2020 election from the Democrat side, from the left side, against Donald Trump. There was weird stuff going on, whether that's them finding a bunch of votes overnight after Donald Trump literally said, I hope they don't find any votes overnight, and then randomly they found a bunch of votes overnight in certain swing states. Or that's, you know, people wheeling in wheelbarrows of envelopes that were votes, or whether that's the, you know, Zuckerberg coming out and straight up admitting that they were meddling with the election with certain censorship on social media sites. Like Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur, I'll give Ana Kasparian the credit. She would probably admit that some things were nefarious there. Cenk Uygur and the rest of the Young Turks, zero chance that they would admit that. He would 100% push back on Ana Kasparian if she were to say anything like that. But they have no problem. Neither one of them push back at all. None of them question it, second guess it, none of it. Whenever somebody says, oh yeah, Trump's trying to overthrow the government of the United States of America. Like, come on, man. They're so brainwashed. Their brains are so broken.
The best he could, and he's the only one that ever talks about it because he's a constitutional law scholar. Maybe they thought that Americans are just not, you know, they have a low view of Americans. Oh, they won't be able to understand the difference between fake electors and real electors, but they'll understand shiny objects like people attacking a building. Maybe you're projecting, and that's the only thing you understand. Whereas every show I've gone on, right-wingers are stumped on the fake electors because it makes no sense unless you're trying to steal the election. And in fact, as we showed you, Rudy Giuliani was on the show. We asked him about it. You know, there's barely any articles that even talk about the fact that Trump didn't even use his own electors, right?
I know.
Right, so we asked Rudy about it. He's like, yeah, of course, because half of them wouldn't sign the paper. That's kind of a big story.
I know,
right?
I know, but we were the ones conducting the interview.
Yeah, so. I know. So, press, take a load off.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. And
yeah, thank you, Cenk. You're the best, man. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about what Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur had to say about Trump's new indictment. You could tell they're just absolutely seething at the fact that Donald Trump's going to get away with it. He's going to be able to run in this next election in a couple of months here, which is absolutely insane. And it's just a couple of months away to this next election. But you can tell that Cenk Uygur and Ana Kasparian are just seething because Donald Trump keeps getting hit in the face with indictment after indictment, gets hit in the face with a bullet. You know, they're throwing everything that they possibly can at him, and he's literally just standing there like he's, you know, like they call him the Teflon Don for a reason. They can't even indict the guy. They can't even weaponize the DOJ against the guy. And it just makes them absolutely triggered off the face of the earth and makes them seethe so much. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Young Turks clip here of Cenk Uygur and Ana Kasparian. just not being able to stand the fact that Donald Trump is getting away with all these things that they're trying to indict him for. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole Ana Kasparian versus Donald Trump situation.